Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll just get back in the goddamn rowboat. Jesus Christ.
Yes, it's that time again, and it's time for Hatters to attempt to pro around in a boat because we're playing ranked again. And as you can tell, ranked is quickly becoming the bane of my life. Since the last video I made, so what, 5 or 6 days ago, I've played probably 10 or so battles of ranked, and I've gained a grand total of 1 star. So it's going well, guys. It's going really, really well, and it's slowly killing me inside. So this game is a nice, short, sharp one. Again in the HMS Warships, although I might change it up soon. We'll see. I've been hearing some rumblings about the Fuso and it being a bit of a beast. So we'll see. Yeah, and there's a couple of examples in game here that I want everyone to see, because I think one of them I still think is a bit controversial, and I sort of think it shouldn't happen. And the other one is, well, you know, just a general tactics team play and the way the battle goes. So our team has decided to go to between A and B, take A, and then contest B. And that way we'll have a fairly strong footing straight from the off. Now, our destroyer here is, both of them in fact, are pretty damn good players, and they're definitely team players. And they've already popped a smoke for the ships coming in behind them, which is nice of them, because it'll allow me certainly to hide in it and do the TTT hags thing of hiding behind islands and spamming things and apparently achieving nothing, because apparently that's what pro clan players do, is hide behind islands and do nothing and hope that the team will carry them. I like to think that's not what I do, but well, that's what I've been told by people that apparently know a lot more than me. So yeah, I'm going to start spamming the cruisers straight away, because cruisers are great targets to try and screw up. Now, last time I got pretty lucky with the double citadel on the first thing I fired at. This time I do actually manage to hit the Cleveland, but yeah, it's not the most successful volley ever, but I do hit him, so every little helps. You can see the enemy team there have got torpedoes well on the way, but they run out unfortunately. And our team are gaining both A and B, while the enemy team are quite happy in C. So it's not going too bad for our team. The pressure is on to the enemy, and everyone is looking pretty healthy and in a good position to try and win. Now, I'm completely failing volleys apparently at Fusos. And in the meantime, our friendly Fuso here has come in the smoke with me and sort of gone in front of me, so I'm going to try not to fire into him, although I'm reloading anyway. The rest of our team, the destroyers, are trying to contest B, and everyone else I think is sort of getting a measure of where they need to be to see what happens next. And I'm firing at the Fuso again. Now, the difference between the Warspite and the Bayern, who both have 15-inch guns, and the Fuso and the Arizona and the New Mexico, and there are a couple more battleships, but those are the ones that come to mind first, is the gun calibers. So I've got 15s, as does the Bayern, and the Fuso, the New Mexico and the Arizona have 14s. They all have more of them, which is advantageous. I've only got 8, they have 12. However, I can over-penetrate bows, or I can penetrate bows, which allows me to do damage regardless. The others can't, but they're less likely to over-penetrate sides. So this is the big argument that a lot of people are having, and I've certainly noticed, and a lot of guys in my clan have noticed, that this ranked season is quickly becoming more and more Fuso-oriented. I think because it's got a long gun range, they're pretty accurate, it's got 12 guns, and it seems to hit remarkably hard when you do catch a target. It's not as squishy as some of the boats. It's got slightly thicker deck armour, which allows it to shrug off some of the HE. I think it's got 35mm instead of 25, I want to say. So it has an advantage over HE. So, for example, a Cleveland firing IFHE can definitely penetrate my deck, but he can't penetrate a Fuso deck. So there's that. Yeah, so this ranked season, I certainly have been dragging my heels. I need to pick it up a bit. I might be playing later today, so you never know. If you want to try and catch me, play ranked between the 10 and the 5 bracket. Some of the guys, though, I think there's a lot of frustration this season. I'm not saying that there's bad players or anything like that, but a lot of guys seem to be getting very unlucky within TTT, so I don't know whether this is the worst season I've played yet or not. I'll find out as I play more, but I did have a very, very bad streak recently of very painful games. Now, I turn around and I notice smoke behind me, and a destroyer has appeared completely offside. I didn't even know he was there until now, and you can see the torpedoes. I've already started going forward, so I'm definitely going to dodge them. And this is one of the points I wanted to bring up. The whole rock, paper, scissors thing that World of Warships is supposed to be, I'm not sure it works out, because his paper is supposed to beat my rock, right? Wrong. And that's bad. Yeah, that's quite enough of that. So, a few of us have posed questions to Wargaming as to why Battleship salvos are so effective against the ship that is supposed to sort of counter them. And yes, Battleships rounds should do a lot of damage to destroyers, of course they should, they're massive. But should you be able to obliterate a destroyer like that? Who is, in that case, running away? He's fired his volley, he's trying to get back into his smoke, and he's going in the other direction. Should you be able to do that? I'm not so sure. A cruiser, yes, but a battleship, I don't know. It's up for debate. The guy got too close, probably fired his guns, so he was detected when he should have tried to hide, and, well, I just, as you saw, deleted him completely in one salvo. And I don't know. It's a weird one. Please comment as to what you think, but I think it's sort of wrong. I think that you should be able to defend yourself in a battleship and damage the little pesky buggers, but I don't think you should be able to just eviscerate them quite that easy, because, well, what's the point in trying to get close and use your torpedoes like that if you're just going to get deleted so easily? So it sort of drives the meta to destroyers that don't want to push forward, because if they go anywhere near a battleship, they'll just get deleted. Because obviously, the closer you are, the easier it is to hit them. Having said that, I've seen a few people delete destroyers at much longer ranges, which again is like, ugh. Anyway, enough of the politics. So the game, we've managed to get rid of both of their destroyers, and they've just got one of ours. But the trade is good. It's two of their destroyers, so both of their sort of going ahead and feeling up ships gone, and we've only lost one. So ultimately, they are in a bad way. One of their battleships is pretty badly shot up. All of their ships have been marginally shot up. And if you look at, certainly my health pool's pretty good. A lot of the ships I keep panning across to are also pretty healthy. We have the A and the B cap. We're on 720 points nearly. They're only on 400 odd, and they lose another ship. This is pretty much a fold right here. This is one of those battles. Again, this is that point where you go, okay, I think we've pretty much won this. They haven't got any destroyers to try and sneak into the caps and stop us that way. They haven't sort of got the health pools to be able to hold out against us for a particularly long period of time, especially if we're smashing away at them. So I think it's now a rush for the enemy team for damage limitation, who can keep their star, which again, I don't think is right, but unfortunately that's the way it is in this meta. So look at how close that volley came to actually hitting the guy, but just mugging me off. That was annoying. But yeah, I like that you do have a chance to sort of get it all back. I don't like that now they're not trying to work as a team, they're literally just trying to do damage to gain, or as I say, keep their star. I don't know. I like keeping my star if I come top. Unfortunately, recently, like I said, I've been a bit unsuccessful in trying to do that, so I'm going to change it up a bit and see what other ships I can play in. Cheeky Citadel. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the Warspite, but I've heard, you know, some rumblings, bits and pieces that other ships maybe are better suited for the task of supporting your team. Certainly in the Fuso, apparently it's easier to do a lot of damage to destroyers, and the destroyer meta at the moment is very strong. You see a lot of Japanese destroyers particularly, and so if you can get rid of them or certainly hurt them badly early on, they've only really got the torpedo thing. Japanese guns are, you know, not particularly good, so they're just going to use the torpedo thing they got going on because they're excessively good at it. So yeah, if you can really hurt or delete a Japanese destroyer, you've already got it going on. Shoot him up and smoke there, nice. Yeah, so I think in order to support my team better, I might switch to the Fuso. We'll see. Everything has its merits. I mean, you can see this is a good example here. I'm going to get a penetration on that Fuso through his bow, or maybe not a real one, maybe a fake one, but certainly a couple of these do some significant damage, and I couldn't do that in the others. They'd potentially bounce. So, well, I don't know, swings and roundabouts. I really like the Warspite, and like I said, I specifically retrained a 19-point captain in this bad boy, so I've got to try and get my money's worth somehow, right? Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I want to try and ride out the whole season in one ship, just so that I get better and better at it as I go, especially I'm going to need to as it gets later on, because quite frankly, yeah, as good a player as I can be. And that's the end of the game. And there we have it. As it happens, this was probably my last successful battle in Ranked before I took a little bit of a break. I apologise I haven't made any videos in the last few days, but I've been quite busy, and to be honest, I've actually been taking a little bit of a mini break as well, doing more sort of with friends back home and actually trying to go out and stuff. Yeah, it'll happen once in a while, and I don't feel bad for doing it at the moment. I'd love for my channel to be, you know, my living. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, and so I've got to take breaks now and then for different reasons. But, you know, I still love you guys, and I'm not going to leave. So we've just had a run through all the screenies there, so you can pause them if you want to look. I hope you enjoyed. I've been Hadders. Feel free to comment on the points I brought up during the game, and hopefully I will see you all soon.